Okay, after drafting our back pattern, so back basic front pattern of our bodice pattern, so let's cut it. So ito po yung back natin. So you can start in K, in J, at any point, but then in this video I'll be showing you on how I cut my basic back bodice pattern. So here, I'm going to start here sa point G and point H. Ayan. Next is the curve 1 in our armhole. So, in cutting curve part, so we can use the tip of our scissors. Okay. Next. Ayan. Okay. Next is to cut my waistline. So we can fold the dart by before cutting. So how to fold like this. Yung point O ilalapit natin sa point P. Then you can cut it straight. Okay. Then after that, let's cut the back figure. This one. Point B to point E. Like this. Ayan. Okay, then the last part is to cut point B and point G. Like this. So just follow the marking that we made. Okay. So now this is our back. Ayan, this is our back pattern. Basic. This is our basic back pattern. So after the back pattern, let's proceed with the front pattern. So let's skip this one. Okay. So this is my front pattern, ganun rin. So let's start with dahil nakat na po yung kanyang front figure, let's start na here in 1. Ayan. Pag mga straight line ang ikakat natin, we can use the this part of our scissors. So be careful in using your scissors. Okay. Let's fold the darts. Ayan. Before cutting the waistline. Okay, so let's start now with point 7 and point 6. Then after that, let's proceed with the armhole. Front armhole, we can use the tip by cutting the curve edges. Always use the tip. We can easily cut it by using the tip of our scissors. Okay, then let's proceed with the shoulder line, point 4 and point 3, and for our neckline, point 2 and point 3. Again, it's also curved. Let's use the tip of our scissors. Okay, so this is our front basic front bodice pattern. So this is our front, and we have now our back. Yan, this is our basic back pattern and front pattern. So now, after cutting, we can now proceed with the styled blouse that we can make our final pattern. I hope you get on how to cut the final or the basic pattern para makuha natin ang final pattern natin. So I hope you understand. So let's proceed with the next step. Okay, to make the style pattern of the blouse at the back pattern, so we need this following. So we need our basic back pattern. We need another piece of Manila paper, and we need pins tools natin, syempre pencil, tape measure, ruler, and we need our French curve, and we also need our carbon paper. Ayan, so let's start. So the first step is to make a 3 cm. Measure 3 cm on the top edge of the pattern paper for the allowance. So, ito po yun. From this top, magme-measure po tayo ng 3 cm. Okay. 3 cm. Then, after measuring 3 cm, make a horizontal line. Ayan. So, let's make a horizontal line. Let me use a, what do you call this one? Pentel pen, so that you can clearly see what I'm doing here. So I'm going to measure, oh wait, measure 3 cm. This is our vertical line. Then after that is to get your pattern, basic pattern. So pin the center edge on the edge of the pattern and traced. So, ito po ang gagawin natin. Ipipin po natin dito ng ganito ang ating pattern. Okay. So, pin. Ayan. Why do we need to have to pin our pattern? So that we can we make sure that our pattern is secure. Ayan. So, let's trace this part. B to G, G to H, H, I, J, K to E, and D dark. So, let's start. So, by tracing, syempre, ang kailangan natin ay carbon paper. But in this part, we only need carbon paper with this in the dark. Pero dito, we can trace it by this one. So, trace. Ayan, we can trace like this. Ayan. So, dito rin po. Ayan. So, this one, we can use ruler para pantay. And the waistline. Okay. In this dark, so we need a carbon paper. So, I have your carbon paper. So, ilagay lang po sa ilalim ang carbon. Then, trace the dark. So, the N, point N, NMP, NNM, and ON, N and O. Ayan. After tracing, we can now remove our pattern. So, this is our, I will just mark it with my pencil pen so that you can clearly see the lines. Okay. Ayan. Next, armhole, back armhole, and the side and the waistline. Okay, so this is our back pattern. Now, how to make a style pattern. So, from the waistline, we will measure 18 cm downward, like this. 18 cm downward. So, this is my 18. This one also 18 cm. And let's make a horizontal line. Okay. So, from this point, at the edge of the Manila paper, let's measure our hip 2. So, my hip 2, balikan natin tong ating basic. So, my hip 2 is 94 divide 4 equals 23.5 plus 1 cm, so it will be 24.5 cm. So my hip 2 is 24.5 cm. So let's measure from here to here, 24.5. So that is my hip 2. So after measuring the hip 2, we can now connect from this point to our hip 2. Then, let's also add the, what do you call this one? The dart. So, how? So, from this point to this point, we will measure our bust distance. So, my bust distance is 10 cm. So, this is my 10 cm. Then, from 10 cm, from this one, let's measure 0.5. This one is my 0.5, 0.5. So, let's connect now our dart to the upper dart. Okay. Ayan, like this. Ayan. So, this is our styled back pattern. So, I hope you get it. So, don't forget, before you do the styled pattern, make sure to have your hip 2 divided by 4 plus 1 cm. Okay, so this is our styled back pattern. Ayan, styled back pattern. This front pattern. Pins, pin cushion, pencil, tape measure, hip curve, French curve, and ruler. So let's get started. Okay, to make the styled front pattern, so we need again another pattern paper, your basic bodice front pattern, pins, pin cushion, pencil, tape measure, hip curve, French curve, and ruler. So let's get started. Okay, so the first step is measure 7 cm from the edge of the pattern. So this one. So let's measure 7 cm. So this is 7 cm. Another 7 cm. Okay. After measuring 7 cm, fold along the 7 allowance for extended facing. So this 7 cm is for our front facing. Okay, so what we'll need to do is to fold. Ayan, paano siya i-fold mula doon sa marking natin 7 cm. Like this. Fold natin. Papunta sa likod. So meron po tayong marking 7 cm. Ayan. So, naka-fold na po tayo ng 7 cm. So, folded. Tandaan, ito po ay naka-fold. Now, the next step is to measure 3 cm from the top edge of our pattern paper. So, let's measure 3 cm. So, this is my 3 cm and 3 cm. Now, after measuring 3 cm, let's make a horizontal line. Again, this part, this is 3 cm downward. Now, after 3 cm, measure 2 cm from the folded edge. Mula dito, papunta dito, magme-measure tayo ng 2 cm. This is your buttonhole allowance. So, itong part na to, itong 2 cm na to is for your buttonhole allowance. So, anong gagawin natin? Measure tayo ng 2 cm. Here also, 2 cm. Then, make a vertical line. Okay, so after creating a vertical line, so let's pin the center edge along the line and trace. So we need our front pattern. So the basic front pattern, ipipin po natin to dito sa center edge. Ayan. Ayan. So, bakit natin ipipin? Para ma-secure natin na once we are tracing our basic front ay maayos po yung kanyang location. So, gagamit po muna ako ng pencil para mag-trace. Iti-trace po natin from point 2 to point 3 or our neckline. Next, our shoulder line and our armhole. Ayan. So, mamaya ipapakita ko po sa inyo yung mas clear. The side, 6 and 7. So, we will trace it. Ayan. And our waistline. Then, here, we will transfer the dark also. So, we will be needing a tracing paper. So, ilagay lang sa ilalim sa tracing paper. Then, let's trace the dark. Like this. Excuse me. Ayan. After tracing all the needed measurement, we can now remove our basic front pattern. Ayan. So, lilinawan ko lang po gamit ang marker para mas makita nyo po ng malinaw ang aking trimmings. Okay. Also here in our sleeve part. Hanapan lang po ng maayos na position ang ating French curve para po maayos po natin ang pagkakatrace. Ayan. Then the side. Okay. Then the what do you call this one? The waistline. Like this. Ayan. So this is our front. Now, to make the styled pattern of our basic, so, we will measure also 18 cm from the waistline downward. So, it is 18 cm. Measure 18 cm. So, this is my 18. Also here, 18 cm. So, this is my 18. So, dahil ang ginamit natin sa pag-connect nito ay the hip curve. So, we will also use hip curve in connecting this one. So, after that, after connecting the 18 cm, so, mula dito sa edge na to, we will measure also our hip 2 plus 1 cm. So, my hip 2 is 24.5. So, it's 24.5. So, ito yon. Now, after measuring the hip 2, shape the side seam. So, ito po yun. Paano po natin siya i-shape? So, mula dun sa ating pinaka armhole sa may baba, so, i-connect lang natin siya sa ating hip 2. Ayan. So, that is our hip 2. Now, after that is we need to extend the dart. So, ito pong dart na to, i-extend natin dito sa baba. So, how? Trace the center of the dart before removing the basic pattern. So, dahil ni-remove ko na at transfer ko na rin po yung dart, so, ano na lang ang gagawin natin is to connect the center of the dart. Ayan. So, from this part, mula dun sa center, mag-measure tayo to the left ng 0.5. So, this is my 0.5 and to the right ng 0.5. So, natin siya i-reconnect doon sa top dart. Ayan. So, this is our styled front pattern. So, let's write here. Style. Okay. Front pattern. So, I hope you get it. So, this is our style. Let's see here. Starting here. Okay, from the bottom. So, this is our style front pattern. From the basic, nakagawa tayo ng style front pattern. Next, we will make the final pattern. So, sa final